going to try reading this. Okay. Findlay is a name synonymous with Carleton Place. For 112 years, it was soon passed into oblivion. This was in 1972. Announcement was made over the weekend that the plant was soon closed and the operation would be moved to the Quebec province. Closing will mean that about 212 men face the prospect of being out of work. Findlay's was sold in 1965 to a Montreal firm, Corporation d'Expansion Financière, but continued under its present name. Findlay's was purchased by Corpex Corporation, and the plant operated under Boulanger Tapin Limited of Montamagny, Quebec. Mervyn Wark, president of Local 362 of the International Molders and Allied Workers Union, said his union was taking serious view of the move that the matter would be put in the hands of their Ontario representative and member of parliament. He said some workers believed the company had received government grants to enable the plant at Montamagny to continue operation. This was a question the union wanted answered. Murray McBride, MP for Lanark, Renfrew and Carleton, telephoned the Canadian at noon on Monday to say that he had already made some investigations. He regarded the announcement as a tremendous tragedy for Carleton Place. He said that Boulanger Tapin had never received any federal financial help, and at present there was no indication they ever intended to do so. But he was curious why such help should not be sought under the circumstances. He promised to look much further into the situation. Early investigation revealed that Boulanger Tapin has had serious financial losses for a number of years. In 1970, the loss was over $500,000, over $200,000 in 1969, and the Montamagny plant was reported closed in 1968. However, it is believed that the plant is presently at the base of operations. It was once known as a foundry, but this name became changing with the times. The moldings of stoves and furnaces have almost passed to be superseded by modern methods of steel fabrication. The story of the firm goes way back to 1858 when a Scottish molder, David Findlay, father of the late David and William Findlay, migrated to Canada from Renfrewshire, Scotland. He originally settled in Perth but found little opportunity for his trade and was forced to move elsewhere. One day in 1860, he walked the 21 miles to Perth to Carleton Place, and finding in the latter village opportunity for a good molder, he remained to carry on his trade. He started a small foundry in an old log barn, jobbing work, and made plows with any castings which were needed in the little community of Carleton Place in that day. At the start, his working capital consisted of $30. His cupola for melting iron, he built stones by himself. His cupola blower he also made himself, but it was operated by horsepower. When he wanted to take off a heat, he called the farmers in the vicinity, who came with their teams over corduroy roads and took turns in the old merry-type merry-go-round used to develop power. David Findlay Sr. died in 1890. Both sons had considerable outside experience, and their trade continued to grow. At first, they operated as a partnership under the name Findlay Brothers and Company Limited. In 1932, when members of the third generation were moving into positions of responsibility, the name was changed to his present one of Findlay's Limited. David Findlay served as president until his death in 1934, when he was succeeded by William Findlay, who died in 1944. He was succeeded by Douglas Findlay, who held this position until 1956, when D. Hamilton Findlay assumed the post. Tragedy.